and all things, politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. This morning, we're going to talk about the impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor of Edo State. You know that in a few months' time, Edo State is going to elect a new governor. The process for the election of a new governor for Edo State has already started. And this impeachment notice is all part of the whole gamut of selecting the next governor of Edo State. Now let's get to the issue at stake. The Edo State House of Assembly has commenced impeachment proceedings against the deputy governor of the state, Philip Shaibu. The majority leader, Honorable Charity Aigobe, who announced the impeachment notice during plenary on Wednesday, March 6th, said that the petition that was written against Shaibu, dated March 5th, 2024, was signed by 21 out of the 24 members of the State House of Assembly. 21 out of 24 members of the State House of Assembly have signed that petition. The majority leader said that the number of members who signed the petition were more than two-thirds requirement stipulated by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He also announced that the petition was based on two grounds. It was based on two grounds, and that the two grounds are on grounds of perjury and revealing government secrets. Perjury and revealing government secrets. Now, what is perjury? Perjury is the act or crime of knowingly making up a false statement as about a material matter. So they are alleging that Philip Shaibu committed perjury because he knowingly made false statement while under oath. That Philip Shaibu made false statement while under oath. And then the second reason was because of revealing the secrets, government secrets. Now, what does it mean to reveal government secrets? It means that he has committed an offense under the Secret Act, something that is not supposed to let out in the public, that he has done that. And we know that for impeachment of governor or deputy governor, one of the key ground for impeachment is always gross misconduct. It therefore means that these two allegations against Philip Shaibu means that he has committed act of gross misconduct, because the Constitution was clear that only on the grounds of misconduct, gross misconduct, can you impeach a governor or deputy governor. And we are going to look at the real issue at stake, but we're just looking at the background for now as a kind of introduction of this important topic. Now, the Speaker of the House of Assembly in Edo State, Blessing Agbe Bako, who acknowledged the receipt of the petition, directed the clerk of the House, Yahaya Omobere, to serve the impeachment notice to the deputy governor. And the Speaker also gave the deputy governor 7 days to respond to the notice of the impeachment. Now, like they say in local parlance, it's only a tree that you will tell that you're about to cut down. The tree will wait for you until you go and bring the machete or the saw and cut it down. Philip Shaibu has reacted to this development. Now, following the commencement of the impeachment notice against him, Philip Shaibu has run to the courts. He has run to Abuja courts to obtain a restraining order against his impeachment. Now, it was reported that all necessary legal papers has been filed by Philip Shaibu to stop the Speaker, the State House of Assembly, and the State Chief Judge from going ahead with the impeachment. Now, these are the facts at hand now. But what is at the root of this impeachment notice? The root of this impeachment notice is because Philip Shaibu, against the wish of his principal, Godwin Obaseki, insisted that he wanted to be the next governor of Edo State. And Obaseki does not want none of that. Now, it is the right of Obaseki to seek, the right of Philip Shaibu to seek for any elective position that he is qualified for. And clearly, Philip Shaibu is entitled to contest for any office. The governor cannot infringe on the fundamental human rights of Philip Shaibu, stopping him from contesting. And you can truly say that the governor allowed Philip Shaibu to contest for the People's Democratic Party ticket. Nobody can say that Governor Obaseki did not allow him, because he was allowed to purchase the forms for the governorship race, for the governorship ticket of PDP, and he participated. But where the problem is lying now, for which I think the governor is ready for a fight against Philip Shaibu. Remember, this is not the first time impeachment of Philip Shaibu was an issue. If you recall, several months ago, last year, Philip Shaibu rushed to the court in Abuja to stop impeachment. At that time, there was no formal impeachment, but he had inkling that they want to impeach him because of this, his ambition to be governor or to be the successor to Godwin Obaseki. So there was back and forth until eventually the matter was resolved out of court through the intervention of religious leaders, traditional leaders, and other political stakeholders in Edo State. But right now, it appears that this one is going to be tough for Philip Shaibu. And only the court can save him from being impeached, because all things being equal, he can be easily impeached. When a situation where you have 21 members of Edo State House of Assembly signing a petition for his impeachment, what will save him? That is the overwhelming majority of the lawmakers of Edo State House of Assembly. It will be difficult for Philip Shaibu to survive this impeachment move. If it goes ahead, he cannot survive it. He will be impeached. He will be impeached. His impeachment will be as easy as ABC. And that is how it's going to happen. So he did the wise thing to rush to court so that the courts can provide cover for him. Of course, even if he's impeached, he still have a right to appeal his impeachment under the law. And the court can also reinstate him. But it is because he is digging in after the primaries and insisting on his own way or the highway, his way or the highway. I think that's what has pissed off the governor, Obaseki. And he's now using the state assembly to give him a real blow where it hurt most. If you recall, during the last, the primary, governorship primary of the PDP in Edo State last month, 2 candidates emerged. Now, this is not unusual in Nigerian politics that there will be parallel primaries. It has become, Nigerian politicians are one of they are among some of the most undemocratic set of people you can see anywhere in the world. It is either their way or the highway. They are not ready to shift ground. That is why the courts of Nigeria are overburdened by litigations from politicians. Now, after the primaries of the PDP in Edo State to pick the candidates for the election coming up later this year, 2 candidates emerged as the governorship candidate of PDP for the election. Now, foremost lawyer and investment banker Asue Eyadelo emerged as the People's Democratic Party gubernatorial candidate. He emerged with the support of Governor Godwin Obaseki. He is seen as the anointed one because he is the one backed by Obaseki. And you know, in PDP and the other parties in Nigeria, the governor of a state is the leader of the party. So when the governor pick any candidate that this is my choice. It will take a miracle for you, for any other candidate to defeat the governor's candidate. Only in very few cases have we seen the governor's candidate being defeated in Nigerian politics. Few. For example, in Imo State, where Hope Uzodinma, the incumbent governor of Imo State right now, was able to beat the candidate of the governor, Rochas Okorocha, at the time, and they merged the candidate of APC for the 2019 election. It is not a common thing. It's difficult for any other person to defeat the candidate of the governor in the ticket of the party. It's difficult. So everybody, it was common knowledge that Adelo will emerge the PDP governorship candidate. Despite this widely known fact, which I'm sure Philip Shaibu is aware of it, Philip Shaibu knows that in reality, when the leader of the party in the state, Obaseki, chose Adelo, there is no way he is going to upset Obaseki's candidate. And that was exactly how it happened. Adelo won, but Philip Shaibu had his own parallel primaries in which he emerged as the candidate of the party. Now, PDP now had two candidates in Edo State, but only one is recognized by the national leadership of the party in Abuja. And the one they recognize, you can guess, is that of Adelo, who is the candidate of the leader of the party in the state, Governor Godwin Obaseki. And he has been issued certificate of return as the candidate of the party. There was a video that trended some time ago where Philip Shaibu gathered some people and went to the PDP secretariat and said that he came to collect the certificate of return as candidate of the party. But it was, all those were just mere grandstanding to show the public, both in Edo and at national level, that he didn't agree with the outcome of that primaries. That was basically it. It is not going to change anything, and Philip Shaibu knows it. That was why, if you watch that video, you see that he was threatening to go to court. He was threatening to go to court. He was threatening to go to court. And it is his right to go to court to challenge the primaries, the outcome of the primaries. Nobody can deny him that right. And he is going to go to court to challenge the primaries. But the lesson to be learned from this is this. A deputy governor is supposed to be able to read the politics of his state. When you are not in a position to be able to defeat the governor, there is no basis challenging him. Where you have seen deputy governors able to overpower the governor's candidate is when you see Abuja interested in the position, and Abuja does not like the governor in charge. For example, Dave Umahi, as deputy governor, was able to outmaneuver the candidates, maneuver the governor of the state, Elechi Amade, was able to outmaneuver him because at that time, Dave Umahi as deputy governor had been able to warm himself to the heart of President Goodluck Jonathan and his wife. That was why he was able to upstage the resistance of the Elechi Amade as governor of Ebonyi State, who never wanted him to succeed him as governor of Ebonyi State. So these are facts that I'm sure Shaibu ought to know. He doesn't have backing from Abuja to help him to overcome the candidates of Obaseki. So he ought to know that it's a tall order for him to emerge as the candidate of the PDP when Obaseki does not want him to emerge. And what is playing out, if the table were to turn and Philip Shaibu is the governor and his deputy does the same thing to him, I can tell you for free what Obaseki is doing to him now by using the State House of Assembly to try and impeach him is what Philip Shaibu will do. It is common with Nigerian politicians. It's all about their interest. Now, Philip Shaibu is embattled. People may be sympathetic to him, but Philip Shaibu will treat another person just the same way he is being treated today. If the table were to be turned and he is governor and his deputy governor want to challenge him in the political space. So it is a lesson for the Nigerian politicians to know when to give in and to know when to stop, when to give in and when to continue the battle. So I really, I don't have any sympathy for Philip Shaibu, to be frank, because Nigerian politicians are so self-centered. Why did I say this? Now, Philip Shaibu ordinarily is not supposed to contest for this governorship election in Edo State. Let me give you a reason. I'm a promoter of equality in Nigeria. I believe in zoning. I believe that there is no part of this country that cannot produce president. Therefore, there is a need to zone the presidency. That is how I believe that governorship position should be zoned across the 3 senatorial zones of a state. In Edo State, I understand that the central has never produced governor. Or if they had produced, it never lasted up to a time. There was a consensus that the next governor of Edo State should come from the central. Common sense, fairness, justice, and equity ought to guide anybody participating in a Edo governorship election to ensure that that is upheld, but not Philip Shaibu. Philip Shaibu is from Edo North. Edo North has produced Adams Oshomole as governor for 8 years. After Adams Oshomole left, Adams Oshomole literally planted Philip Shaibu from his own zone to be deputy governor to Godwin Obaseki. Now, if you combine Adams Oshomolo's 8 years, and Philip Shaibu's almost 8 years as deputy governor. Edo North has produced 16 years of leadership in Edo State. Knowing this fact, which was one of the reasons I was among those who opposed the presidency going to the Southwest in the 2023 election. Because at that time, my argument was and still remains that after Obasanjo has spent 8 years as president, and Professor Yemi Osibanjo has spent 8 years as vice president, all in all, Southwest producing 16 years in presidential villa, that is against fairness, justice, and equity for Southwest to produce the next president of Nigeria. Of course, after all the wuru and all the GPT, Southwest is now sitting on top as the president of Nigeria. It means that when you add 16 years of Obasanjo and Professor Osibanjo, and you now add Tinubu's own, there is a sense of injustice. And I'm sure that is why nothing is working under Tinubu's administration. Because even the heavens are against Tinubu being president. Even though because he's there doesn't mean that God supported him. People talk about the fact that power comes from God. But because he's there doesn't mean it's God that supported him. Because our God is a God of choices. He gives you choice to decide who to follow. He said, I put before you good and evil. Choose good. But if you decide to choose evil, it is not the fault of God. So in Edo State, you would have expected that Philip Shaibu should step aside, knowing this reality, that Edo North has produced 16 years of leadership. That Edo North has produced 16 years of leadership. In that state. And that somebody from Central should emerge. But he insists that he is the one to succeed Obaseki. No matter what you can say about Obaseki, Obaseki has been very sensible. He has been very fair in ensuring that the next governor, his successor, comes from the Central. That is a good thing for him to have done. Even the All Progressive Congress was smart enough to also recognize that reality and ensure that their governorship candidate emerged from that Central. When I learned that Akpata had emerged the candidate of the Labour Party, because I wanted Labour Party to cause an upset, because I believe that with the division in PDP and the division in APC in Edo State, it was an opportunity. It is an opportunity for Labour Party to win. But I was so disappointed when I learned that the Labour Party candidate, Akpata, is not from the Central. He is from the same zone with Obaseki. That is what made me. I have not done any video. I wanted to do a video in support of Akpata because I'm sympathetic to the policies and programs of Labour Party, and I'm encouraged by what Lexoti is doing in Abia State. So I believe strongly that the Labour Party could be a game changer in the politics and development of Edo State if Akpata is elected the next governor. And he stands a good chance because of the division in APC in Edo State and the division in APC in PDP in Edo State. Labour Party is relatively stable. Forget about the shenanigan of some people following some misguided Labour Party, so-called Labour Party faction, challenging the emergence of Akpata. But the only problem with Akpata's emergence was the issue of zoning, because he is not from the central. But some people say it is part of the strategy that Labour want to use to win, because the zone he comes from, which is the zone of Obaseke, they have the numbers. So if his zone, if they decide, people of his zone decide to support him, all of them, or the local government in that zone, and then perhaps get Akpata is able to win some local governments in other zones, he might pull a surprise. But basically, from the point of fairness, justice, and equity, Akpata ought not to have been the candidate of Labour Party. That's my position. And that my position also stands in the case of the way I look at Shaibu's matter. Because I believe that Shaibu ought not to have participated in the quest for the next governor of Edo State, given that his zone has been so favored for 16 years. That's my take. And as I come to the end of this live, I want to also emphasize that I believe strongly that unless the court is able to stop this impeachment process, Philip Shaibu will be impeached. The numbers are against him, because 21 out of the 24 lawmakers, they are against him. He will be impeached unless the court saves him. That is my take. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.